This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Anyway, I wanted to get into and I got nothing personal against Greg Cody. He's a good dude. I've always enjoyed his work. But lately there's been this whole laziness, which comes from the media in general. And today he put out a lazy ass article about, are the Dolphins delaying the Tua decision because they might be waiting on the X factor, Lamar Jackson? And dude, if that is not the laziest clickbait article out there, because there's no shot they're going for Lamar Jackson. They have no interest in Lamar Jackson, okay? I mean, anybody who signs Lamar Jackson to the contract he wants, you're a freaking moron and you're going to get burned, okay? It's the same thing I said about the Heat when you went after Lowry. Same thing. And by the way, same thing I said about Jimmy Butler's extension. Not a smart move by the Miami Heat. It's pretty obvious for me. Some of you haven't seen, you don't really understand that Lamar Jackson's really not a good passer. And plus, he's a sack of injuries the last 2 years because he has to run and take a beating. And that's the only way he can play. He can't play from the pocket. See, that's the beauty of having a Pat Mahomes. He got his ankle injured badly, but he doesn't really need to run to survive. He can stay in the pocket and beat you. He can use his legs, and hell, in the Super Bowl, he had a big run, even on that ankle, but that's the Super Bowl. You got to let it all out. But, you're Brett Favre. Your knee is like completely shot, but you stayed there in the game because you can play from the pocket. 1 year, Russell Wilson started the season where he had a high ankle sprain, a knee injury, and something else. He had like 3 injuries. Stayed in the game. He was playing on one leg, but he could play from the pocket. And so, this Greg Cody article is a lazy article because everything they've told you and everything they've proven over and over and over again is that they're committed to Tua. Plus, they don't have the 2 first-round picks to trade anyway, right? Which is also, if you want to at least try to talk about the stupid subject, then also look at the reality of it. Plus, you're in cap hell. It's like you've got to do all kinds of things to get under the cap. It's like, and then Yardbarker then picks up Greg Cody's article and uses that headline and all that, like, well, maybe they're waiting and all, and there's no story there. There's zero interest. In fact, Greg Cody doesn't even break wind. He's never broken a story in his life. He never adds any kind of insight ever in his life. That's never what he's been. He's been a columnist. He provides commentary. He has zero insight. Zero. He doesn't bring anything. He doesn't break any stories. He's an entertaining writer. That's what he does. That's what he's always been, not an insider. Never been an insider. In his entire life, he's never been an insider. Okay? He writes on the light side of sports and goofiness and things like that. So this is just a lazy clickbait article that will get people going just because it's controversy. But there's zero substance to it. You know what I mean? It's as bad as the Fox idiots talking about, an election that wasn't rigged, but kept spewing it out there because there's enough stupid people out there that will believe it. Same thing here. There's enough stupid people that will actually run with this and then talk about it in their offices and to their friends. And, hey, did you see, Maybe they're still interested in Lamar. No, they're not, dude. They're not interested in Lamar. That's not even on anywhere in the stratosphere. Plus, look who's writing it. Someone that has never broken any news in his life. Someone that doesn't add any insight whatsoever. It's commentary. That's it. Commentary from an outsider's point of view, not an insider's point of view. Okay? Again, nothing personal, but if we're going to call shit like we see it, okay, then we'll call shit like we see it. All right? I know people that will provide insight. And I'll tell you that guy might know something. Okay? This guy knows nothing. Okay? It's more writing, the bird picking games, and that's his shtick. This is pure laziness. That's all it is. Pure laziness to just get clicks. That's all it is. It's a shame, dude, that media is so lazy and you just actually don't want to put real work into it. Instead, you just throw shit out there that has zero substance, zero truth. And then stupid people will then run with it, and they don't think, well, wait a minute, dude, when have I ever seen Greg Cody break anything? When has he ever provided any real insight on anything? No, he's just kind of a goof off, right? In his writing. That's kind of what he does. Makes you laugh, says some stuff, whatever, but it's not really any insight. So why would I? But they won't think that at the moment because you're either so blinded by your disbelief in Tua, you know what I mean? Or your ignorance that you actually think Lamar Jackson is like a real franchise quarterback. One of the two. Not sure which one it is. But, it's just, come on, bro. Again, nothing personal, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. Someone that provides zero insight. He's an outsider, not an insider. Never been an insider in his life, ever. So what would he know about any kind of negotiations? What would he know about the Dolphin front office? Nothing. Zero. So, and then Yard Barker then goes on it. And this is how one bad media take gets taken over by another bad media take. And then it's just laziness after laziness, which then creates a lazy society. Because you're not going to work hard enough to actually realize, oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. This dude doesn't provide any insight. Why would I believe him? There's no substance here.